Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, everyone. Sorry for the delay. Bad bitches take a little time to get ready. So, without further ado, season one, I uncovered a lot of, the tea and things like that was going on with South Central Betty season two before the show actually aired. The show has now finally aired, and it's going to be the first official interview with Miss Brown Sugar. Let's bring her to the stage now.
Hi, you guys. It's Brown Sugar from season two, and I hope y'all got your drinks ready. Let's get into it.
Yes. So for those who don't know you, give them a short introduction. Tell us a little bit about you so we can get into it.
Of course. So, my name is Sadia. I'm from Alexandria. I'm 21 years old. I took a shot, like, sending an audition to the show. I've never been on TV, I've never been to LA. I just was like, this is something I feel like every girl has a dream or boy has like a dream of being on TV. And I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. So I sent out my audition. A couple months prior to that, or maybe like a year ago, I had got shot in my spine and my stomach from
Oh,
fighting. I had completely took like fighting out of my vocabulary. I was like, I'm gonna come to the show and I'm gonna show that you don't have to fight to be a bad bitch. You can get your point across using your words, and let's be grown women. And that's what I came to do.
true. So, before we get into how you found out about the show and stuff, tell us about what city you grew up in. What were you doing? Prior to even getting into reality TV.
Yes, so I am from Alexandria, but I have lived pretty much all over Maryland, Virginia. Um, I grew up in Alexandria, Laurel, so I kind of like bounced back between both.
Okay.
Laurel's Maryland, Alexandria is Virginia. So yeah, before I came into the show, I have worked like small jobs as like working at a daycare or working for like COVID centers and stuff like that. I've always had like a remote job where I could work from home, but I can also like do because I feel like I'm not made for a job. Like the labor work is just like not me. The little amount of pay and everything is so expensive now. Like I get a check and it's like gone. So I was like, it's not gonna be really a loss if I go out here for the show because at the moment I wasn't working. So I just took a chance, stepped out on faith, and I did it.
Okay. So prior to sending in your audition tape, did you see or hear anything about season one? Because as I don't know if you know, but y'all seen like all countries over the world.
Yep. So we didn't really get to, everyone saw the clips because I feel like it was a long anticipated show. Like everyone was waiting for season one to drop, So I saw the clips when we did film. When we started filming is when the actual show dropped. So we didn't know what was really going on. We just saw the clips, like, yeah, we're gonna do it. And then in the midst of season two, season one came out, and we watched it all together at the show at the house.
Okay. So going into the show, what was the idea and intention that they told you the show was going to be about for season two?
So pretty much when we went to the contract signing, they didn't really give us a lot of intel what the show was going to be about. They just pretty much said, like come be yourself. The camera can tell when you're trying to act. The camera can tell when you're not being yourself. So just come, do what you usually do. The camera will find you naturally, and if you want to work, you go hard on the camera well, but it wasn't like a set thing of what the show was going to be. He told us we could talk about ourselves, talk about our businesses, whatever we wanted to make the show about. Pretty much is what it was about. It wasn't like a story,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Okay. So what made before we get into the details of the show and things, what made you even want to be on reality television?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like once Bad Girls came out, everyone was like, "Yeah, I want to be on Bad Girls Club." I used to say that shit like 100 times a day. Like,
Mhm.
I watch it and I just be like, I feel like I could do it. Like I've never wanted to work a job. I never felt like that's something that I should do. So I've always been like in the modeling field or like, I feel like reality TV it is a job. Please don't get it confused because it's definitely a job, but it's something a little bit more freeing. So I was just like, I feel like I would love to do this, and I would love for people to see me and feel like, hey, yeah, I might want her on my show, or how it continues to go.
Okay. So the next portion, before we get into in depth about what happened on the show, we're gonna do a little roll call. So we're going to Brad funny time by asking why she late to her interview. But we gonna get into a little roll call. And I'm gonna ask about the different girls, what you think about them. From my expertise in these shows and things like that, it looked like it was a lot of details and scenes and stuff cut. So if there's any layers that you can fill in, that would be great. Especially with you not coming to the reunion, I definitely would love for you to say whatever you could say because they did speak on you at the reunion, but you weren't there. Oh, and for those who are watching, we're doing a drinking game as well. If you hear us talking about or saying the words on the dead homies, you got to take a shot. I'm drinking wine because
I,
I don't want to get too turned.
y'all know we getting lit.
Yes.
1 second, let me see where the weed at too. I should have been did that, but I'm listening. Go ahead, continue.
Okay, let's start easy. Let's start with, well, this might not be too easy, but Miss Raynisha, who left early first.
So Rainisha, I feel like that was one of the girls I reached out to first. Pretty much just asking her like, okay, so let me just start from the contract signing because we all met at the contract signing. Do you have a lighter? I'm sorry, y'all. Do you have a lighter? All right. So yeah, with Nisha, we met at the contract signing, but we all were in a group chat. So all the girls they got to like see each other's faces before we went into the show. So at the contract signing, Kayla and Nisha came together. So Nisha, she's from Ohio, I believe, and she was like, I don't know anyone in LA, so I need a place to stay. And she was staying with Kayla at the time, like for the contract signing
Mhm.
until the show. Then, well, when the show started, pretty much me and Nisha became friends. And I thought she was gonna be like me. We're both prissy, I would say, and we both like to dress up. She's a very gorgeous girl, but honestly, I feel like I don't know. That girl's a mess. Honestly, I really don't have too much to say about her because I don't want to waste my breath on her. She's really not that important. But I really did think me and her were going to build a friendship, and we just weren't able to. So I'll just leave it at that.
How do you feel about her leaving early?
The fact that she left early, she said that she left for her child, but me, Kayla, and Nisha we before we went into the house, we all stayed at Kayla's house. Just me, her, and Kayla. And before we even got into the house, she was saying like, "Oh yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave. I want to leave. I'm not feeling comfortable." You know, a lot of excuses, and I felt like that was just another one of her excuses, but an excuse to say like, yeah, I have to go. My son, I need to go take care of my son. Her mom was watching her son, and I don't really want to speak on her child or whatever she had going on. So I'm just gonna say like, I wish she would have stayed, but she didn't, and I felt like her excuse was not genuine. I felt like it was just the easiest excuse to use.
Okay, that's understandable. Let's talk about Miss Kayla since we
Um,
mentioned her a little bit.
yeah. Kayla, I love Kayla. A lot of people didn't like her this season, but I felt like I got to actually know her on a genuine type connection, like we talked about real life, and I didn't really get to do that with a lot of the girls in the house. So I don't know like why they are the way they are, but I knew why Kayla was the way she is, and that just made like click to her even more. Um, I'm always like one of the type of people that take up for the underdog, so that's been me my whole life. So I felt that the house had a problem against her. But honestly, I thought if it could be anyone, it would be me to bring them all to like, kumbaya. But I was not able to. So I don't know. But I love Kayla.
True. What was the situation that was going on where you supposedly talked about her?
Okay. So yeah, let's talk about that. So there was a scene where Adora, I believe it was Adora, and Barbie, they had tried to say that, I talked about Kayla or whatever. So there was a scene where Kayla was asleep and I believe it was Naj who pulled me and Nisha downstairs. Before I came into the house, I made it very clear that I wasn't picking sides. Like, I'm a grown ass woman. At the time, we didn't know each other. Well, some people knew each other, but I didn't know anybody. I'm coming from the DMV, and I'm meeting all new people. So I was just like, I'm rocking with Kayla, but I'm not gonna, like, if you feel like she did something, and if she feels like you did something, we could just come to figure out what it is and let it go, because I didn't feel like it was something that was that important. But they
Mhm.
tried to make it seem like we were downstairs talking about Kayla, and that's not what was happening. Naj also said that that wasn't what's happening. What was happening? We were just talking, and I feel like it was a part of something to bring like some type of hype, some like, oh, she's fake,
True.
they're fake, and it wasn't that. We were just talking, and I feel like if we're all in the house together, everyone's gonna talk at a point in time, whether Kayla's asleep, whether Kayla's up, we're gonna talk. And it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna go down here and be malicious and talk about Kayla's sleep. No, that was just the time that they pulled me downstairs.
True. Okay. Um, let's talk about Miss Adina.
Snow Bunny. So I also did like Snow Bunny. I felt like, I don't know. I felt like mm, I don't know. I felt like I liked Adina, but I just felt like a lot of people were like, I felt like she was used by a lot of people on the show. And I don't want to say used because I don't know what was happening, but I just know the outcome of everything that happened. And, I just felt like Adina was a cool person. She was kind of just like me. Like, we don't take no shit. Like, if you bring it to us, we'll squabble or we'll fight, but we're not going to look for an issue. So I really did like Adina. I just wish that she was a little bit more, like tough. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
True. How do you feel about them starting a fight with her to try to get her to toughen up?
I with who fought her? Who fought her to try to get her to toughen up?
I forgot who that was in the beginning.
I think who was the first person Adina fought? I think she first fought Zoe, and
I
then
was just gonna say I think it was either Zoe. I don't want to say Naj because I don't think she fought
it was
Naj.
Zoe and Brie, I believe.
Yeah,
Um,
one of them.
I felt like Zoe and Adina's fight was pretty pointless. Like, I don't no, I don't fight to see who like goes the hardest or like. I mean, like, we either gonna fight or we're not gonna fight, but not to see who like fights the best. Like, I felt like it was
Hmm.
stupid and childish. I don't know if they were fighting for their respect because they named each other in the confessional when we did the movie night. I don't really know what it was about, but I felt like they were just feeding into what other people wanted them to do. Like, stand on your own too. Like, y'all don't have to do everything that everybody wants y'all to do. I really like both of them, so I didn't want to see them fight.
True. Speaking of the movie night, how did you feel watching the other girls' confessionals? Do you think that was something to just try to stir up more drama?
Of course, it was definitely something to stir more drama, but we were on a reality TV show, so I expected it. I felt like, well, Kayla kept putting it in my ear, like, oh, all the girls are gonna vote me to go home because a lot of people weren't feeling Kayla, but I felt like it was a lot of different answers, and I felt like everybody was telling the truth. Like, I wanted to hear what people were saying in their confessionals anyway, because we weren't allowed to hear. It was like something over the door, so I thought it was pretty fun. It was cute.
True. Okay. Next, let's talk about Miss Goddess, aka Taj.
Goddess, I feel like she's crazy as hell. Like, I don't know what that girl. I watched y'all interview from beginning to end, and she just, I don't know. I feel like at the beginning, me and Goddess, we weren't like close, but I was reaching out to her to make sure she was like parties. I never wanted her to feel like she was left out. So when she was trying to make it seem like the girls was leaving her out and all this and like clicked up, and I don't think that's what it was. I think she was more so not knowing what was going on. So she was just putting shit in her head, like, yeah, these bitches don't like me. These bitches think I look better than them or whatever the fuck the bitch was thinking. But it wasn't none of that. If she would have came like a little bit you know, she didn't have to do as much as she did, then maybe girls would have respected you more. But when you're coming in on 10, it's like, what is the point? It's fucking late as shit. Don't nobody want to hear all this shit.
True. Yeah, she's definitely a character. I like what she did the time that she was there, especially that little prank.
Yeah, her prank was funny. I mean, like I was in the room with her. Like we shared a room, so I did hear her say that she was going to pull a prank on somebody. But I heard that they were saying like Barbie knew that she was going to pull a prank on her, and I don't believe that was the case. We all knew that she
Mm,
was going to. I don't know if we all knew, but some people knew that she was going to do something, but we didn't know that she was going to pick on Barbie or pick Barbie to put the hot Cheetos in. But it was definitely a TV moment. It was hilarious.
definitely so. Speaking of Barbie, let's talk about her. That's just iconic.
Barbie, I love.
that
Yeah,
she,
she's
she-
made, like she is definitely made for TV. I love her. When we were in the house, I felt like we got along. I feel like she sticked up for me as much as she could, and you know I love her. She's like I don't know who could not like her. Like she's just hilarious all around. I know that she's like a little bit messy. But I feel like we all are a little bit messy in our own ways, and sometimes it's annoying as fuck. Like, just chill out. But it's also a TV show. I feel like that's what
Mhm.
we all have to remember. Like it has to be someone there that is going to be messy.
True, definitely so. Next, let's talk about Miss Kenzie, who definitely was a firecracker in the house.
Definitely was a firecracker in the house. I love Kenzie. I call her my cousin. She's currently on Deja Vu filming. And I'm proud of her. Like seeing her do her thing, I'm really proud of her. She went through some moments, lost her cousin, and
Mhm.
a lot of stuff going on personally in her life. So I hope that everything works out for the best for her. Because I do want to see all the girls win. Like even though we had our situation, we were all season 2 cast. So it's not like I want to
Mhm.
see any of these girls fail. I want everyone to, do they think get in the bag because that's what we all came for.
True. Shout out to Kenzie for being on another show. I'm sure details about
Yes,
it will be coming soon.
loved it.
Speaking of someone on another show, let's talk about Miss Naj, who I seen she got a show or something like
Yes,
that coming
yes,
up.
yes. So with Naj, I feel like the only reason we didn't like get along or whatever was because she was fighting Kayla. I don't have any ill will against Naj. I thought me and Naj was gonna be able to get along. She's a Taurus. I'm a Taurus. I get along with every Taurus I meet, boy, female. It doesn't matter. Like I love Taurus, but I feel like just the environment we were in, we weren't able to, get along, and that's okay. Not everybody gets along.
True. Definitely so. Speaking of not getting along, how do you feel about Miss ET?
Okay, ET. I love ET. I feel like me and her were definitely the pranksters in the house. We love playing with the water. Like that was our shit. Dunking people, having a good time. Drinking. I love ET. She's real. She was a fan favorite of this season. She was a fan favorite of season 1. And I would love to see her, go farther and do great things because I feel like she deserves it.
True. What was the criteria to win fan favorite?
Okay, so fan favorite was supposed to be okay. So it was a Puerto Rico trip, and it was 10K to fan favorite. So to win fan favorite, you pretty much they explained it to us like whoever at the reunion decided, like the fans were supposed to decide at the reunion who fan favorite was. I wasn't there, so I'm not sure how it ended up like going, but I do know it was supposed to be 10K. I believe the prize got split between two girls, so it went to 5K, 5K. And I don't
Mhm.
know if anyone got the Puerto Rico trip. I didn't hear about it.
Yeah, I heard it was ET and I said not ET and
So
Zoe. They
yeah.
split the 5K, but yeah, I didn't hear about the Puerto Rico trip. But I heard season 3 is supposed to be in Puerto Rico, so maybe they're gonna
Okay.
bring them along. And then
Okay.
there was something else about that. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Season 3 looks good.
Oh, about I was gonna ask you. Okay, so during the challenges, some girls were eliminated, but then I saw some girls were eliminated and it was still there. So when you were eliminated, he tell us how that happened, and then they said you still were in the running. So kind of explain all of that a little
Of
bit
course.
in that more for us.
Of course. So elimination went pretty much like this. If you were a part of the challenge, everyone had to do the challenge, and if you lost that challenge, you would be in the running. Like you and the last two people would be, they would do like a tug of war race, or you would do something, and from there you would figure out who would be the actual loser. Whoever got eliminated, they did not leave the house, and they still could compete for the fan favorite prize, the fan favorite 10K, but they were no longer allowed to get the Puerto Rico trip. So
Okay.
they're supposed to go. I don't know.
So no one actually went home when they were eliminated. They just got less camera time,
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. So if you got eliminated, you weren't getting as much camera time anymore, and that was pretty much it. You still were allowed to come to the challenges, but you were not allowed to participate.
So you stayed the whole time after you
I
were
stayed
eliminated?
the whole time after I was eliminated. Yes, I stayed the whole time. I saw Nisha say, or I don't know if it was Nisha or her cousin or her friend. They tried to say that I didn't stay the whole time. I left. Okay, so we finished. We were supposed to film one more day prior to when I left, but we did not film. So I left that day, and after that day that I left, everyone else left. So filming was 100% complete when I left the house. I stayed until then.
Okay. So, how do you feel about the night Krishan came to the house and it kind of went completely left?
I felt so bad about the Krishan situation. Honestly, Krishan is from Baltimore. I'm from the DMV. I'm from Virginia, but I claim Maryland. I claim the whole DMV. So the situation with her, before she came, everyone was anticipating on her to come because she did sign contracts with us. So I don't know when between her signing our contract and her signing on for Zeus happened, because she didn't film with us. She only filmed that one day, and it was only to come and get like her personal belongings or some shit like that. I'm not 100%. But prior to that, the girls were saying like, "Oh, we're gonna throw eggs on Krishan, and if y'all don't throw eggs, we're gonna fight y'all," and all this big crazy shit. So it was like a lot of people were anticipating for the day for her to come. So when she finally came, I knew that it was gonna be like something that was happening, because I guess Krishan said that she was gonna slap three of the cast members. So people were upset about that. People aren't gonna take that lightly. So when
True.
she came in the house to get her belongings, I felt like horrible. Like I could tell that she didn't want to fight, but you can never really tell with Krishan because she gets silent, and you don't know if it's silent. Oh, I'm about to sneak this bitch, or if it's like silent. Oh, like I don't want to fight this bitch. She did come with, I believe it was like her security. I don't know, but I felt bad, like for anybody in that situation coming in by themselves, and it's a whole house of girls, and the girls are attacking them. They have their reasons for attacking her, but anybody with a heart, I feel like you're gonna feel bad. Me and Kayla were in the bathroom when she first came in. The other girls were downstairs. She was in the room, the bathroom that we were in, and she came in and said that she did not want to fight. So seeing all of it unravel, it really did like hurt my feelings. I was like, damn, but everybody had their reasons. So
True. Okay, yeah, it was real crazy watching it on television.
yeah, like they were throwing. I think ET threw a bottle at her. Like it was a crazy night. That was the same night Bree and Zoe fought. It was crazy as fuck.
Yeah, definitely crazy. Prior to getting on the show, did you watch the Blueface Bad Girl show?
Yeah, I used to watch it on like YouTube, like bits and pieces. I never like got the OnlyFans until recently after I came off the show and Kayla went on to the show. I was like, okay, now I can finally watch it for real. I watched like the Naja and Naomi fight. I watched like the Krishan and Storm fight, but I didn't sit there and completely watch the season through.
True. Okay. Speaking of her, let's talk about her, Miss Storm, aka Zoe.
I think Zoe is Sky. Storm is the other
I
girl.
mean, yeah, Scott.
Let me
My
go grab
bad.
my charger. You fine. I like Zoe. I feel like Zoe is misunderstood. I feel like everybody going in the house, we had our own problems and situations going on. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta go get my charger, but I feel like everybody had their own little situations going on, and she was having her situation, and I felt like it was stuff that you guys didn't see, and it was rough, but. I don't know. I like Zoe. I feel like she's a good person. Even if we're in the group chat, when I was in the group chat and people would be arguing, she would be like, "No, don't do that." Like she's just like a sweet person. I love Zoe.
True. Do you feel like she deserved to win fan favorite?
I did want her to win fan favorite. Just because she did have personal stuff going on. I did see a lot of people feel like she shouldn't have won only because she had personal stuff going on. But I feel like she had a lot of great moments on the show too. Like a lot of the arguments were with Zoe, like Kenzie and Zoe, Barbie and Zoe. It was a lot of good Naj and Zoe. It was a lot of good moments. So I feel like, yeah, she pretty much was fan favorite.
Okay. Yeah, it was a lot of scenes with her. I definitely
Yeah.
She definitely did her thing. Next person was a replacement, Miss Neek Neek. How did you feel about her?
Oh, I just dropped my shot. Lord Jesus.
Oh,
We didn't even drink it. We need to take a shot.
I've been taking mine. Well,
Oh
mine
my
been more
god.
like sips, not shots.
I know. All right, hold on. Mm-mm. I need to pour some more. Okay, you said who's? Nick Nick.
Yeah, Neek Neek.
Hold on. This charger is tripping. I like Nick Nick. I felt like a lot of the girls didn't really like Nick Nick. Like behind the scenes, I don't really know. I didn't. I mean, like Zoe and her fault too. But we didn't really know her. I mean, people had their personal opinions about how you should react when replacements come in the house. But she was cool. I don't know. She wasn't very loud. She just smoked her weed and just was chill.
Okay. Yeah, it was interesting to me to see that she got there and got eliminated basically the same episode. So
Literally, it didn't play out like that though because they put pieces where they put it. I don't think I don't know when she came in actually, so I shouldn't say that. But I know we did like a horse riding competition, and the horse stomped her foot out, so she didn't participate. So maybe it was the football when she got eliminated. Yeah, I think that's
yeah,
right.
that was
Right.
the first challenge she did. That
Yeah.
was weird to
Yep.
me too. That was the first challenge she did, the football challenge. Then it come the horse challenge at the
Yep.
end, and she talking
You're
about she.
right.
And I'm like, did she get eliminated or
You're
something?
right. Yep. Yep.
Confusing.
Oh,
um,
stop it. My cat is crying at the door.
sound like my dog. Next girl, let's talk about Miss Leilani.
Okay, for Lele, I also thought I would like Lele too because she was like very spiritual. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay,
you.
she was like very spiritual and she was pretty and she was older. So I thought, ooh, I don't know what is happening. I'm sorry. So I thought me and her was gonna get along great. But we ended up unfollowing each other after the show. I don't really remember what happened. She's friends with Naj. I was friends with ET, so it was just like it wasn't really an issue, but we just weren't getting along. I guess I don't know.
Okay. And Brad commented, he said the first challenge was the horse, then football, editing had it backwards.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought. Okay.
Yeah, those things tend to happen on the show.
Hell yeah.
Next person is Miss Rose Gold. How do you feel about her?
I don't like her just for the simple fact that she felt like she had to jump in a Doris fight. Um, yeah, she jumped me, and I just don't like her. So
Why do you think that even happened? Because for me watching, it seemed like y'all had no beef, y'all didn't even have no interactions.
me and her didn't have any issues. I mean, like we spoke when we did the photo shoot together. Me and her spoke. I felt like, I mean, that same night that we fought, me and her, and I don't even know who else, but me and her went half on the bottle, and it was just like I felt like because her and Adora they were like kissing on the show, and they were just Like Adora can fight her own battles. I'm 21 years old. Like, not that I'm about this small. Like, she got it. I don't know. I don't like that.
Um, Next, let's talk about Adore. But I want to ask first, how did the fight even start between y'all? Because first wasn't it Naj and Zoe fighting?
No, it was Naj and Kayla.
Naj
So
and
pretty
Kayla.
much,
Okay.
yeah. So pretty much, this was the night that we had movie night, and they put on the movie, and it was the confessional of them asking us who we felt like we should eliminate from the house. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, my cat is like tripping. So they was like who they wanted us to eliminate from the house. So pretty much this is her version, I guess, of fighting me. She said that pretty much because I said that I would vote everybody home, vote everybody to go home besides my bitch Kayla, that she wanted to fight me. But I don't feel like that's the real reason. I feel like it was really more for camera time, and I don't think it was like, oh, because I don't feel like I was disrespectful in my confessional. At the end of the day, we're here to play, like, we're here to be in a competition. So, of course, I'm going to want everyone besides my people or who's rocking with me to go home. And I didn't feel like it was a personal dig. I didn't say any names. I just said everyone. And I felt like it wasn't a good enough reason for her to want to fight me. But I put him in the house. But I don't know. I don't have, like, me and Adora, we still spoke after the incident happened. So it's not like a true beef or anything. I feel like it was just a moment, and yeah, that's it.
Okay. Um, how do you feel about the host, Brad? And how was it working? Because I know he stayed there with y'all, right?
Hmm.
So how was it being able to live with the host and all those kind of things?
I mean, I felt like it was fun. Like, it was like a big ass sleepover. We would be up every night, drinking, smoking, throwing water, just having a good old time. But, it was also times when we wasn't getting along. It was fights. I feel like, coming from a situation where I was just shy, I felt like it was going to be a way worse environment than it actually was. Like, when moments got to be a lot for me, I would literally, me and Brad would just sit on the steps. I would have my little vape pen or some weed, and I would be like, okay, like, this is a lot, but I'm good. So I don't know. It was fun. I had a great time. It was a ball, and I would do it 100% over again. I would change a little few minor things, but it was a good experience overall.
Okay. That's good to hear because in a lot of these shows with the person who's the quote unquote host, it isn't always a great experience. So
Yeah, yeah,
kudos to Brad.
yeah, yeah.
Next, how was it working with Special K? Being the executive producer, well, one of the producers, I mean.
Well, for Special K, I think I only saw her like 2 times, which was like the first night, and then I think it was the night where we went out to go partying, and she was there. She's definitely really pretty. She's fun, and she's about her business. She was definitely making sure that things that needed to happen, and I respect every producer on the cast, on the whole damn
Okay.
show. I'm sorry, I respect every producer on the show.
Okay. Speaking of producers, how do you feel about Isaiah? And how do you feel about being a part of a show that's ran by, I think he was like 16 at the time? How do you feel about being a part of something like that, which is kind of, groundbreaking and historic?
It is, especially for Black men. Like, I feel like it's definitely like, I'm very proud of him. Ground up, like, it's pretty like, and he takes it very serious. And, like I said, it's a minor things that could be tweaked, like microphones, an actual like storyline. So it wouldn't make sense for it to just fighting that we're not showing. But like, we wanted to actually come here to show. Like, it was like we filmed a lot. When I tell you guys, it was a lot of stuff that could have been put in the show. And I feel like it just wasn't. But that's just all stuff that you tweak and you get ready for next season. Make that season better. So, like, I respect it. I respect him. It was a great fun thing. I would do it again. You know. next season. He's just gonna go, I'm sure, 100 times.
Oop, I think her phone died. But in the meantime, while we're waiting, let's all like, share, and keep the comments coming down below. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll ask them like I have been so far. So yeah. In the meantime, we'll be continuing our South Central Baddies Season 2 chat this Sunday with the famous goddess, aka Taj. So, in the meantime, you guys can also follow me on Instagram at Man Williams, spelled down below. You guys can follow Brown Sugar at Hate Dia. It's HATEEDIYA to keep up with her. And yeah, I'm sure she'll be clicking back in any second. Okay, I'm gonna give her a couple more minutes to see what's going on. I'll be right back, I think. Oh, wait. Okay, she just texted me. She's coming back on. So in the meantime, let's like, share, send to a friend. Let's start a chain. Send to a friend and tell them to send to a friend. That's gonna be my new slogan. And you guys in the comments, let's drop your Instagram so we can shout you guys out too. Oh, and don't forget. So the lineup coming up is Sunday. We have Taj from South Central Baddies. Monday, we have Shamika Cotton from P Valley and a whole bunch of other shows. Tuesday, we have two people from Zeus. And it's more to be confirmed. But okay, Brown Sugar is back, so let's bring her back on. Hey.
Hey, I'm sorry, y'all. My damn phone died.
Um, iPhone charges is a mess.
I know. I'm sorry.
So I think we left off talking about Isaiah, basically. How was it working with him and stuff like that?
Yeah, it was a great time. I really enjoyed it. He was great. He did his best, and I'm ready to see what he'll do next season.
Yes, period. How was it working with the security? I know some people had a lot of interesting things to say about the security guards. What was your experience, especially being in a few fights?
Honestly, the security they were there. They broke up the fight when I fought with Adora. I feel like that was the only fight I got in. So I feel like yeah, they did what they could do. They're not the strongest security. It could be way stronger security, but they did what they needed to do. And I know some people. Well, I know that Kayla. She told me like she didn't feel comfortable only for the sole fact that security. She felt like if anything happened with security, break it up and be on her side. But for me, I felt like they did what they were supposed to do.
Okay. Um, that's basically all of the cast. I have a few more questions.
All right.
Someone in the comments asked, "Did you know if Rose hit you when the fight was going on?"
During the fight, I did not know that Rose hit me. It wasn't until I went upstairs, like right after me and Adora fought, I had went upstairs and Dave, the cameraman, he was like, you want to see the fight or whatever? And he showed me the fight and I saw everything that happened and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this bitch jumped me. I was like, I had my suitcase because I was trying to find my bonnet because my ponytail got pulled off. I think Kayla came up the steps. She was like, "You're going home." I'm like, "No, bitch. I need my fucking bonnet." Like, after the fight, I was like, "I'm 100% not going home. Like, nobody's about to run me out. Like, none of that. I'm not. I'm staying to the end, and whatever it is, it'll be." And yeah, it was
True.
fun. I mean, yeah.
How do you feel about Special K trying to send some girls home over the picking room situation?
That was like literally when it happened. I was like, what the fuck? Because I wasn't about to pick a little thing because the papers were so small. I was like, what the hell are we grabbing? I don't know. I had like a really slow moment. And if Kayla, like, I don't even know if it was Kayla or if I got back up, but I ended up grabbing the paper. And then after she said it, I was like, what the fuck? It was so close. But I was like, it's a competition. Like, you're supposed to expect stuff like that. Like, don't ever get too comfortable at any moment. You could get eliminated at any moment. Anything could happen. So, and it was like the first night. I was like, this is crazy as shit.
Hmm.
I felt bad. I
Yeah,
was
it
like,
was
after he was
crazy.
like, do y'all want them to stay? He was like, yeah. Like, it's the first night. It was a lot.
I think I understand what you're saying about you should expect stuff, but some challenges kind of get a little petty. But I digress.
Yeah, I agree.
Talk about when you guys got your phones taken when Isaiah found out it was a third party group chat, I'll call it.
Yes. So before we got into the house, Nisha made a group chat of all the girls, and we were just pretty much talking about we were supposed to go out to a club that night, and if I could remember correctly, I think like nobody wanted to go. Nobody. It was just like the fact that it was super far, and we all had to figure out our own rides. And some people are coming from out of town, and we only brought a certain amount of money for when we got in the house. This was before we had gotten into the house. Like some people were still at hotels. So it was just like some people didn't want to go, and it's kind of hard to voice that to whose show it is because you don't want them to feel like we're dissing you, but at the same time, we felt like if we made a group decision to not show up, not one individual will be like pointed out for it. But we all ended up showing up anyway. So it was like when he said he was taking phones, I was like, damn, we about to get our phones taken for a bitch that's not even in the house, for a bitch that
Right.
couldn't even stick it through. Like I was mad as hell. All you have, like, when you're coming to a new place, all you have is really your phone and yourself. So it's like, damn, you about to take my phone from me. It was hard, but we got over it.
True. What kind of things did you guys find to do since you didn't have your phones?
Pretty much, I was in there watching my shows on YouTube. We had like a TV in there, so some people were listening to music on YouTube. I was watching TV. I know some people were pouring water on people. Like you literally had to make your own entertainment. But it's also times where we would have our phones off camera, and he would give us time to like go figure out whatever we needed to do, talk to family, And when it was time to get back on the cameras, the phone had to go away. So that's really much all it was.
True. Okay. What were some moments that we didn't get to see? Good, bad, ugly. Anything you want to tell us? Any tea you want to address?
So some stuff that you didn't get to see, I don't remember if we did the talent show. I have terrible memory, but we were supposed to have a talent show. I think we did. I don't know what happened with the footage. We were supposed to pretty much, showcase like either a business or, what you do. And like if you do makeup, hair, anything like that, you were supposed to, put yourself on. And it
Mhm.
was a lot of stuff. Like, it was just moments when we were sitting in the house talking, it was, I can't remember all the stuff. It's been a little while. But we had a moment when literally we were all like not getting along, but it was a moment where we went to like a little park or whatever, and we was dancing, we was drinking, we was on the street, on the park, just having a good old damn time. And I wish that moments like that was recorded. We also got to go to the studio. Um, Kenzie and Barbie, they made music that wasn't able to be recorded. It was just a lot of stuff that I felt like was fun and, would bring the show around more than it just like being about fighting. But we didn't get to see it, unfortunately.
True. Okay. So now that the show is filmed and out there, what's next for you, Miss Brown Sugar?
I'm going to continue to, I want to, of course, keep to get my face out there. I want to be on the shows. I want to model. It's a lot that I want to do. So I hope that this is not the only show that you guys see me on. I got my little brown sugar chain on. It's
Yes.
gonna be
Okay.
that's my name for life. Like I'm brown sugar now.
Okay. Period.
Brown sugar
Any
number two, cause it's already a brown sugar. I know you're gonna have her on your show, and I love that brown sugar too. So it was just like I love the name. I was like, okay, I like her off of One More Chance, so it's not a bad name. I'll take it.
Yes. Okay. Any show in particular that you're looking to get on?
No, not any show in particular. I did like official Dollhouse University. I really liked that show when I was watching it, and I noticed that they weren't trying to make it all about fighting. But naturally, when you're in a house with females, you're gonna have moments like that. When it's only liquor and you're getting lit, you're gonna have moments like that. But I really liked official Dollhouse University, and Special K just came out with a new show called LGBT Baddies, I think, and I loved how that was looking. I would love to be a part of that too, maybe next season. And of course, if South Central Baddies ever wants me back, I'm definitely willing to come. I'm just gonna keep seeing what's coming out, and I'll hop on it.
Okay. Nice. Any advice for any girl who wants to be on reality TV? Any girl that's seen you and want to follow in your footsteps and go on South Central Baddies or any other show?
Of course, in your audition tape, be 100% yourself. I feel like even coming on the show, you want to be yourself. You don't want to be somebody that you're not. You don't want people from your hometown to watch back on it and be like, this bitch don't act like that. Like, when the fuck this bitch start acting like that? Like, you can do it up for entertainment purposes, but don't do too much. I feel like I came on there, I was myself, and I handled situations as best as I could. At the end of the day, we're all still human, and just put your best foot forward. At the end of the day, it's not gonna all be fun. You are gonna have to work. It's gonna be times where you're filming late as fuck at night into the wee bits of the morning, and you're just gonna have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it. Like, and give everyone a fair chance. It's a different girls from all over. You never know. Like, I never thought in a million years that me and Kayla would become friends. We're from like two totally different parts of the world. And I just feel like we clicked, so we got along great. And I love her. I love her story. Like, don't just see a girl and be like, get to know her, get to actually talk to her and see what she's about. And maybe your opinion might change. That's it. Just be true, be you. Do what you got to do to get that spot, but don't be
Yes.
somebody that you're not.
Yes, I love it. Who are you still cool with from the cast besides Kayla?
I still talk to Nick Neek. I like Storm. I love Adina. I talk to ET occasionally. I still talk to Barbie and Kens. I just don't talk to the people. I talk to Adora occasionally. We like DM each other on Instagram, but the people that I mainly talk to would be Barbie, Kenzie, ET, and Kayla.
Okay, period.
Yeah.
Any last minute remarks, any last minute comments for anyone or anything about the show?
Yes, I'm just gonna go ahead and shout myself out. Follow me on Instagram. The Instagram is HATEEDIYA, hate Dia. And I can't wait to see season 3. I hope everything goes great. I hope the cast, has a great time. And that's about all for me. Thank you guys for watching.
Yes, thank you so much, Miss Brown Sugar. That's all the questions for me, and hope to see you soon. Everybody, make sure you follow her and stay tuned because she's definitely not done.
I'm
She's
not.
just getting started.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
No problem. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your night.
Of course. You too. Bye bye.
Well, there you have it, you guys. Miss Brown Sugar. It took us a little while, but we got right onto it. Make sure you stay tuned for Sunday. As I was saying, Sunday we have Miss Goddess, aka Taj, from South Central Baddies Season 2. Monday, Miss Shamika Cotton, who played Farrah on P Valley. Tuesday, we have Hot Wheels and Crouton from Bobby I Love You Per. And it's just more and more and more interviews to come. We're just waiting on those confirmations. So before you leave, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at Man Williams. And until next time, see you guys later.